Hi again, everyone. It's John Henry with YWAM Converge in Ocean City, New Jersey. Converge is all about helping students find missional organizations with whom they can do an internship. They can complete a personalized missions project in the fields of the arts or business or education or journalism or medicine or media or more, technology, engineering, youth, name it. And we are introducing two new things this week. One is the virtual remote internships. We've already registered one just yesterday from San Francisco. YWAM San Francisco is seeking a virtual intern to assist them with research into unreached people groups in major cities, including San Francisco. So if you want to join a project assisting with a missionary research, you can do that virtually now with YWAM Converge. Go to ywamconverge.org. The other is that we've introduced the Spanish version of the Converge course, which is at udemy.com. If you were to search for the Converge course at Udemy, you would find not only the English version, but now there's also the Spanish version. And both of those are available even if you don't do or are not applying for a Converge internship. You can audit that course online during this season. So I encourage you to check those out. Now, during these 30 days, we're doing 30 thoughts. And the thought for today is self-control. We're going through 2 Peter chapter 1, where it says to add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge self-control. Self-control is a very important word. It's an important next step. After you have added to that faith, which says that you have everything you need and you have escaped the corruption of the world caused by evil desires, then it's time to add virtue. Add to faith virtue, which is knowing the one who is virtuous. That's letting Jesus be your teacher. And then adding to virtue knowledge. He becomes your teacher and he shows you all things. The Holy Spirit gives us revelation of everything, not only spiritual things, but natural things. So then there's breakthroughs. There's the knowledge of the glory of the Lord spreading throughout the earth like the waters cover the sea through the agents of those who are sons of God, born of the Spirit, who can make God known because they know him. And then there's adding self-control. Now, what is that about? Well, there's two drawings I've done here. I want you to check out this first one, the word yield. Now, the word yield is an important word for us. That if you're going to enter into traffic as a driver, you need to slow down and observe and show self-control. So self-control is not just about controlling your personal passions or how many times you run to the refrigerator while you're in quarantine, but it's also about how you enter into traffic. That is how you enter into community. Are you as an individual going to come in like a bull in a china shop, just breaking things, or are you going to be gentle and have the fruit of the Spirit as you engage in community with that particular area of your calling, your engagement with this world? The other drawing I've done is this one, a circle of influence and a circle of concern. Now, all of us have influence, and some of it bigger than others. Some of us haven't got influence over whether or not we have made our bed in the morning or balanced our checkbook, if we even have one. The question for us is, are we influential over that which we already have responsibility? Because if your passion, like so many young people say, I'm going to change the world, I'm going to win the, Central Asia for Jesus, and that's all fine and good, except the question is, have you got influence over that which God has already entrusted to you? So self-control means making choices. You may have a calling and a gifting and a purpose in God to be one of the most generous people in the world, giving millions of dollars. But have you done the first step? Have you balanced your budget? Have you managed your own resources well? Because you can give 90% of your wealth away, but if you're not making very much, 90% of your wealth, it may be a lot to you, but it's not that much. So you need to make some choices in this life that are about self-control. And in doing so, then you can have a wealth of influence in a greater area. You may say, I want to do something about HIV/AIDS or about this coronavirus. I want to do something about world hunger, poverty. I want to do something about wealth creation in poor countries. In order to do that, you have to begin somewhere. And that means you have to start a business, or that means you have to, if you're going to become a concert pianist that's world famous, you need to practice. You have to say no to some things and yes to others. You need to engage that world, moving out of that small circle of influence and into a wider circle of influence by saying no to a whole lot of other options and yes to the ones that God is directing you to. That's the thought for today. As we go through 2 Peter 1, tomorrow we're going to talk about perseverance. So I leave that with you today, and thank you for listening. Remember, don't touch your face, wash your hands, sanitize surfaces and doorknobs, and keep a safe social distance, and keep tuning in. Thanks for listening. We'll get through this coronavirus together.